What's good, everyone? It's your homie Hermit. We're back with another reaction. This time we have Metal Church in Mourning. I was told that this song was written about Judas Priest's lawsuit where two children attempted suicide. One was successful and the other disfigured himself. And they tried to blame Judas Priest for like subliminal messaging in their lyrics and stuff like that, which, let's be honest, that's nonsense. Uh, so I'm expecting important, deep lyrics on this one. Maybe even some like emotional instrumentals. Who knows? Let's get into it. I'm expecting a banger of the song regardless. This was recommended by the homie Metal Mark, by the way. I forgot to say that. It's like he lost focus, or someone lost focus, and as the instrumentals become less and less blurry sounding, less fuzzy sounding, they're becoming more in focused. He's getting like back on track or something like that. Maybe it's what I'm getting from the feeling of the instrumentals, which is cool. Whenever you can pick up something like that from the instrumentals, I'm a fan of it. Damn.
Maybe could it be no one was there to hear? Did you pay attention to their angers and the fears?
That's exactly it, dude. Don't be listening to the artists that your children listen to. Or don't blame the artists that your children listen to. Blame yourself for not listening to your children. Like sometimes it's not what a parent wants to hear, but sometimes you're the reason that happened to your kid because you weren't there for them. Maybe you were putting too much pressure on them. Maybe they thought you just didn't give a damn. That's a cold fact. The world's a cold place.
Maybe could it be no one was there to hear? Did you pay attention to their angers and the fears? You're trying to find someone to blame who can't be put on trial. The enemy you're looking for is laughing all the while. I mourn for those who have been so deceived. You know the last words that they spoke were, "Who loves me?"
I don't get goosebumps. I don't get goosebumps very often, but these lyrics, knowing the story behind the song, these lyrics are fucking powerful because you know what he's explaining is exactly how so many of these kids that they've hurt themselves or tried to hurt themselves, and like the parents are like, it's the music that they listen to, it's the books that they're reading, it's not me, it can't be me. Well, maybe if you have 3 children and all of them have fucked up mental issues, maybe there's one thing in common or 2 things in common: the parents.
So deceived. You
Pushing for the parental advisory sticker. Exactly that. Putting that sticker on there so that, like, because the parents that I feel like the parents who would be pushing for lawsuits like this because the artist sang about such and such or whatever, or the titles of the song is such and such. They're the parents who don't give a damn, and they're like, exactly, the sticker's not gonna fucking matter, dude. The What your kid is lacking isn't a proper role model. What your kid is lacking is love and nurturing. And so, exactly, people in glass houses should not be throwing stones. Well, take a look at your life and see how bad it is or how perfect you think it is and see how wrong you are. You know? This is such a good song. I know I'm pausing it a lot, but I got a lot to say on this one. I really, really am enjoying it so far. And I know I'm pausing it a lot.
People in glass houses should not be throwing stones. A sticker on a record won't give your kids a home. So sad it takes someone to die for you to start the care.
Yeah.
Your neglect and misguidance has become your nightmare. I hope and pray this tragedy was not all just in vain. Now you can help somebody else avoid the endless pain. I mourn for those who have been so deceived. You know the last words that they spoke foolish me.
Damn.
I hope that someday you will stop and realize just why so many kids have died.
Oh.
Think twice before you point a finger that you may regret. To clear your conscience is your goal, but that is all you'll get. What's done is done, you can't bring 'em back. Just let go of despair.
little bit back there, it sounded like they had some words in reverse or something like that. Like they were like, "Here's your subliminal messages" and something like that. I don't know if they were really in there, but it sounded like right about here. Yeah, yeah, there was. I don't know what they said. Maybe you guys know. Uh, this is masterfully written song. Very important song, very powerful song. Very, very powerful song. Um I, listening to the lyrics of it, it made me think of a lot of the stuff that I listened to growing up by Eminem because dealing with angry parents was always something that he talked about after his first album. One of the lines that came to my head was you bought your kid my record and it taught him to swear, but what about the makeup you allow your 12-year-old daughter to wear? And obviously it's not the exact same thing as this, but it's coming from the same, hey, don't blame me. You weren't there. You should have been paying attention to what your kids listening to. You should be paying attention to your kids, you know. Uh so I really like that. And one thing that I wouldn't, if I am, I'd say I'm a new metalhead. But like I'm getting more and more into metal every day we do a reaction. And one thing that I've learned is that the the metal community is like an adopted family, very similar to working in a kitchen. Whereas like if you work in a kitchen, they become your adopted family. You're just a ragtag group of miscreants, you know. And I get the same vibe from commenters and in my comments and everything. It's like almost like punk rock, like how it was just a group of kids that were either neglected or had nobody or thought they had nobody, and they rallied around together and they became each other's family. And metal seems to be the exact same thing. So I really, really liked this song. And I think that could be a major thing why, like, it's something that was so prevalent in the 80s with the metal is like, they're like, look, they're looking to us because they can't look to their parents. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, kids are always going to look up to badass rock stars and shit like that. But if your kid doesn't have somebody to talk to and get their stuff off their chest, then they only have what's in their headphones, and that's how they get what's off their chest. And if they make a rash in the moment decision, such as trying to harm themselves, then the parents are automatically like, oh, it's because of what they listen to all day. And it's like, well, you could have listened to, you could have listened for one part of the day and it would have made the whole difference. Just sit down and talk to your kid, man. Like I don't have kids, so it's easy for me to say it's not that hard, but it isn't. It's three words. How are you? Four words. How are you today? It's it's not hard, man. And music like this makes me so glad that I grew up in a home where my parents were there if I needed them. If I was going through some serious shit, my parents were always there for me. And I listened to music that was angry and stuff like that. But when it got really bad, my parents were there for me. I didn't just have music as the outlet, which a lot of children do, or some other art form or sports or whatever. Let me know what you guys think about this one. I really loved the song, loved the message behind it. Um, Very well done. It was. I just enjoyed the song as a whole. We're going to be adding it to the playlist, that's for sure. Let me know again. Let me know what you guys think. Big shout out to everybody checking us out over on Patreon, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitch, and on Etsy. We'll catch you at the next one. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.